Hi, it's Laura from the Yarn Closet in southern Arizona. Mitzi's here with me today. Love you. Um, just chattering with some people online, and they're wondering, well, like, how do you do that? And how do you do that? Because guess what? I'm legally blind. This one has never really seen anything. I was like this most of my childhood, but my mom trained me to keep it open by using the pink tape. I'm 52. You have to be of a certain age to know what the pink tape is. And this one, like looking through a straw and everything's really blurry. I have ocular albinism, and a myriad of other issues because I was born premature 52 years ago, and they put you in an oxygen incubator and it damaged your retinas and stuff. So I did live a relatively normal life, drove a car for a while, whatever. But things just progressively got worse with my field of vision till the point I was legally blind in my 30s. And so people have questions. So I'm here to answer today and talk a little bit about my knitting. Let's see if I can do this. I love you too. I love you too. Stop, stop, stop. I know, it's so exciting. Okay. Yeah, that's a cocoon sweater that I hang to get extra shielding when I need extra shielding. Today I have a lot of light going on. So this is called a CCTV. You can look them up on eBay. You can look them up online for blind people. You can buy them used on eBay. This is $2,000 to $3,000 machine. I bought it used on eBay for $400. It collapses. It's heavier than a laptop, but I can carry it like a laptop using a regular computer case. It's heavier, but it's got all these different settings. Like, you can do that. You put stuff down here so you can read a piece of paper, and this helps you orient where to put the paper, where on the paper things are. You've got different settings because depending on your eye disease or disorder, certain settings can be easier or harder for you. This one's working the best for me today. Was that the one? I don't know if that was the one. Was that the one? I think that's the one. I am trying to seam up another cocoon sweater. I don't know if I even made it the right size. So I'm down here and I'm down here and I'm having to hold my phone, so it's very hard to do this. You know, I can see on the screen more easily where things are to some extent, but because I have tunnel vision like people with retinitis pigmentosa, and depending on the country you live in, they classify things differently. In Canada, I'd be classified as having about 10% of my remaining vision, 15% maybe. Here we classify things differently. I have about, the actual vision in this eye is at 2100-ish, but I have less than 20 degrees of vision. At this point, I probably have less than 10 degrees of vision. So that's considered blindness. It's your straw's got to be kind of tiny. It's got to be a regular straw. Jumbo is kind of borderline-ish. So when a regular person has, on average, 160, 165, up to 180 degrees of vision, and when I was deemed legally blind, I had 15, and that was almost 20 years ago. Based on some tests that I've had run in the last few years, we are probably down to 10 degrees of vision. And that's your visual field. That's from side to side, like how much space you can see. And it doesn't even mean that it's full space. So it's definitely looking through a straw, and everything's black and white and fuzzy, and I have weird colors that flash through my visual field at times. Um, Things I've been losing lately. I'm in a hyper state right now where I'm losing, and I'll go a couple years and not have anything like that, and then all of a sudden I'm running into door frames again and tripping over end tables and stumbling and falling down because there's just been enough of a change, whether it's in that one spot that I can see clearly or a change even in the outside realm that's fuzzy and blurry and wonky. Um, Something's happening in that right now because I'm feeling nauseous a lot and I'm feeling unlevel. Um, you have that kind of boat feeling when your vision's going. And here's the crazy thing. A lot more people over the age of 65 are low vision, which is overall vision, like reading vision. We all know that 2020 is clear, 2020 is hindsight. But 2070 is what's considered low vision. A lot of these people have a hard time driving at night. You can still get a license if you only see out of one eye, and you can read at a 2070 status in many states. Some are 2040, but here's the deal. It just, yeah. So a lot of older people actually are much closer to the range of blindness because the majority of blind people see. We have usable vision. We can see. Phones actually, for people like me, make it easier because they take the big picture and they make it smaller, so I can see more using my phone, which I sometimes do. Like, where is that thing? And I'm going to use my phone because I can see more in my phone until you get to a point where it's so blurry or you've got too much of this weirdness coming in. There's something called Charles Bonnet syndrome. When you lose a lot of vision suddenly, and it can even be an on time, it's slowly degrading, but you get to a certain point. Some people get this thing called Charles Bonnet, where you hallucinate. That's basically what it is. It's your brain trying to fill in the picture of a place that you're used to being, but sometimes it fills it in with these crazy waves of color, and that's what I get. I get these weird dots and color swatches, which as you're walking along can make you nauseous because they're moving. A lot of people get purple dinosaurs, teddy bears, kids' toys, weird stuff. Other people get snakes and bugs and spiders. I personally think it has to do with your level of anxiety with your eyesight loss, but that's only my personal opinion. This is not factual. It's only my guess from the amount of blind people I've connected to on the internet, in real life. I've had a lot of them in my family. And the holiday season can be really hard on your elderly people that aren't telling you that they've had a lot of vision loss because they don't want you to take away their driver's license, or they don't want to lose autonomy over their own life. Okay? So it's one of those things that people don't talk about when they get older, but can be one of the reasons why they don't want to come over to your house. Because they know the floor plan on any given Tuesday, but once you've started decorating, the decorations can be too visually active and make them have headaches, make them feel nauseous, make them confused as to where they are in the landscape of your home. And, my mom, who's also blind, legally blind, she has some usable vision, but much less than me, has fallen through things on the floor, in construction zones, because she couldn't tell that it wasn't sturdy or stable. She's tripped on stuff. She's had a lot more falls than I have. And I still have kids in grade school. So I'm having to concede to doing what I need to do to make my life functional and emotionally come to terms with it early so I make better choices so that my younger children, since I had my children when I was old, 36, 43, the first one was technically 22, but he didn't come out of my body, and or 23, and like I gotta keep figuring this thing out and be like 1 or 2 steps ahead of the game because I don't want them having to caretake for me. I don't want them getting annoyed with my old person's stubbornness or whatever because I'm too embarrassed to tell them I can't do something anymore. Um, and I don't want to burden them. Well, guess what? Even the burden of the aging out and the getting older and stuff is a burden. Being honest with people is what makes it the least amount of burden. When people understand what's going on. So, anyway, this is my rant. I'm going to try to see if I have the visual stamina to fix the sleeve on this one, decide whether or not I want to keep it or give it in a gift box of knits that I'm giving to my daughter's teacher this year for like teacher appreciation. And I'm trying to finish that one and do the blocking and stuff and see if I can get this stuff out to her before Thanksgiving. My hair was so cute yesterday. Oh, look, is that a thing? Yeah, I felt this yesterday. Oh, I think I have a cat scratch. It was so cute yesterday. It's not cute today. It's droopy, but that's age. But I think, cross your fingers, I think I'm going to get through this and manage to grow it out and see. I'm going to grow it out, try to grow it out to about here and blunt and see how I feel about that. See if I feel like it's cute when I pull it back. Because I need it to be long enough that when I pull it back, I can put in some dry shampoo and have it not be like thin and tight to my head. We used to say in Minnesota that looked like a cow sucked your head. But we'll see. I'm trying to figure out like what is the easiest thing? What is the easiest thing? What is the thing that I like enough and is the easiest that I can maintain it? Because a lot of things are just about compromise. So that, or I'm going back to just, I got to go to the hairstylist, which is then me coordinating people to get me there more frequently, but doing the short do that I like. So we'll see. We'll see. But I hope you've enjoyed seeing some of my equipment and how I do some of the stuff. And then I try things like buying really big yarn and really big hooks and needles and stuff to see if that's great. And then it's not great. So then I'm going to put together a nice little packet to send off to somewhere. There are a lot of places with the elderly where you can donate crafting supplies. I'm also on my Christmas wish list. My mom is getting me an electric yarn winder because I can't. I also have some shoulder issues. I just can't wind more than like one skein at a time. And it's easier for me visually to get everything out, do everything at once. So there's, once again, it's this constant give and take we got to figure out. And I wish that more people like made some efforts towards these things. There's many different options and we just have to figure them out. All right. Goodbye.